The game of the week. We got week 13 PS5 action here on Madden Underground. We have the Jets and Illuminati taking on Sprint and the Kansas City Chiefs here. I'm Black Phoenix. I'm alongside my guy, Philly Guy. And Philly Guy, how we feeling today, man? How you doing?
This has been a wonderful day, man. I don't know if it's because we're counting down to Christmas, but damn it, I am loving these past 3 days. Thank you for asking, sir. Thank you
Hey,
for
no
asking.
problem. No problem. No problem. Again, happy holidays to everybody that's watching. Again, Christmas season or whatever you do celebrate. We want to wish you happy holidays here. So let's talk about these two competitors that we do have on your screen. Once again, Illuminati with with the New York Jets and Sprint with the Kansas City Chiefs here. So we've seen Illuminati on stream before, but this is Sprint's first time in
Yep.
both seasons so far that we've seen him on Game of the Week, Philly. So give us a couple of insights on what you could talk about Sprint here as a Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I can tell you the first thing that comes to mind for me is the massive trade that happened last season, and that was Travis Kelsey and Garrett Wilson. So I am very curious to see, how both of those players do in this game because I want to see, is Garrett Wilson going to get off? Is he going to be that matchup problem for the Jets? And then is Travis Kelsey returning home to Kansas City Chiefdom? Is he going to have the impact that we've seen him every time that Illuminati has been on Game of the Week?
Yeah,
That's
and
what
again,
I'm looking forward to, and I'm telling you, I really don't know, but that's what I'm excited to see, and that's how I expect things to play out.
definitely. And again, something that I want to bring up too while you're talking about Travis Kelsey. We seen him in the first game of the week, like you mentioned last season. Travis Kelsey absolutely dominated the his opponents. And then, but come playoff time, Travis Kelsey kind of didn't show up at all. Illuminati decided to switch up the abilities here. And instead, Travis Kelsey was pretty much a non-factor. But based off the abilities I see so far, Travis Kelce seems to be back to his normal self. So we'll see if that makes a difference. As we got Zach Wilson handing the ball out to Brees Hall right here. And that's going to be a gain of 14 here. Brees Hall having himself a pretty good season so far. But again, something that I want to kind of, tell you, Philly, Illuminati is not a slouch in the points department. Fourth in points on offense. So, and it's Sprint also not a slouch either with fifth in points. So, you think we can expect a little bit of a shootout here between these two competitors?
I would hope that that's the case. I would love to see that. He's got some stars, he's got some X factors, and like you said, he's got the abilities in the right places now, and that's what I would expect to see.
Yeah, and to see if we can, make this a shootout, that'd be great. And again, Illuminati known for this Rams offense that you're seeing on your screen right here. Mainly likes to go to this tight slots, halfback weak, likes the motion a lot here. Especially you'll see Brees Hall, you'll see Travis Kelce kind of do these little motions here. So let's see if we can cook out as he comes out in a bunch halfback, or sorry, empty bunch wide. Decides to motion in. Brees Hall goes to check it down. That's Corey Davis here. Corey Davis is going to get a first down. So first and 10. Zach Wilson, 1 for 1 so far, 8 yards right now. And Corey Davis making an impact early right there, Philly.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, that motion into the backfield, it gives the illusion that a run could be coming, and you know what? Hikes the ball, gets the completion, and he's back to that high-powered offense that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Brees Hall getting another carry right there. Nothing doing right there. 3 for 19 so far on the day for Brees Hall, 2nd and 9 right here. And it's going to be interesting to see, again, Zach Wilson here didn't have too many abilities the first go around for Illuminati in season one, but this time has a little bit more abilities on with this tight out, high point dead eye, and then quick draw ability. So, let's see if Zach Wilson can actually make a difference in real life compared to getting benched from Mike White, as a Jets fan. But let's see what difference it makes here in season two as you're going to see Brees Hall motioned out to the left side of your screen right there. Blitz is coming. Zach Wilson, and that is Travis Kelsey right there. We mentioned him early right there. And that's going to be a first down and 10 right there at the 25-yard line. Travis Kelsey making big dividends here early right on Philly.
Yeah, and you're talking about those abilities. It's very difficult, but very important for Zach Wilson to have abilities in Madden because he is trigger happy. And so you got to get rid of that ball quickly and push it downfield the way we see Illuminati doing it, excuse me. And he's down at the 1 yard line, first and goal, looking to punch it in.
Yeah, let's see if he can punch it. That was Elijah Moore right there. One reception, 25-yard line. So, or sorry, for 25 yards. So you definitely know Elijah Moore is definitely going to be happy about that, getting the ball right there. As we try to see a stretch play, second and goal right there, nothing doing. Loss of one right there. With Legarius Sneed making the tackle right there. Something you don't really see Legarius do too much, Philly right there, but making a great play right there, causing the second and goal.
Yeah, these defensive backs have an opportunity in this Don DB blitz, and I'm really surprised that Illuminati didn't go to that trips formation we saw earlier in the drive. I thought it would give him a little bit more options to punch it in, but he knows what he's doing. He's fourth in points, so we expect for him to punch it in here.
Yeah, let's see if he can. Zach Wilson runs out of time, and down goes Wilson right there. That's going to be Avery right there, credited with the half sack. Though. So third and goal right now. And Philly, let me ask you this. These play calls are a little bit questionable. Me and Brian James, that's on the 1 and 2s back there, kind of talked about this before the show, before you kind of came in there, was, guys get to the goal line and get so pass happy. They're not running the ball, pounding the rock as they should. As we see Zach Wilson go down once again, causing a fourth and goal. So is that a little concerning for you if you're Illuminati not going, straight to the ground game like you have been doing with Brees Hall, and instead going pass happy? And if you're sprint Philly, is that a good sign early on in this game that you see, stopping them and holding them to three?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a loaded question, but we call that the B guard effect. We witnessed that in the ladders this weekend. B guard was at the 2 yard line, very similar situation. Illuminati obviously being a lot closer, but the results were actually the same. They were unable to punch it in for six. Brian James, even though he's in the background, he hasn't stopped talking about it. He's been losing sleep over it, and you really have to ask yourself, how can you possibly win a championship if you're unable to run the ball on the 1 or 2 yard line and punch it in?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much what we see out of real life. Denver Broncos come to mind, with Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson. And like you said, the B guard syndrome, shout out to B guard, wherever he may be. Again, we see it in the MCS ladders, unable to punch it in, got a chance through a pick, unfortunately, and cause them lose and get out of the tournament. But again, like we mentioned, you hate to see it. You definitely want to see more ground and pound action. And let's see if Sprint can make a pay for it. As we're going to see Patrick Mahomes right here, X Factor quarterback, as you guys know. Again, having that sideline data, conductor, pass lead elite, hot route master, and gunslinger. So pretty much the cream of the crop when it comes to quarterback tools for Mahomes. And he's going to come out in this bunch offset formation right here. Let's see what he can do right here. As Illuminati's coming out in this 3-4 odd defense. Hardman comes in motion right there on the solo side. And let's see as Illuminati brings the pressure. He does. And Mahomes going to drop back and go all the way, and thought that was going to be an interception. And that's going to be a touchdown with nobody around him. That's going to be great right there. And that's a touchdown for a Sprint. And just like that, one play, one touchdown. And just like that, Sprint is going to be up 6-3. Going to be up, and it's good. Now 7-3. And just like that, Philly, what a dot indeed. And now Sprint complete control right now.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I mean, everybody expects to see Gun Bunch at some point in their CFM season, but for the tight end to go right down the seam, get behind the secondary, and you're playing cover four. I mean, what else is Sprint going to be showing us today? Because if he's able to score that quickly, we could have a blowout on our hands, and things could get ugly very soon.
Yeah, and again, like Snipes used to say on his streams, it might be nose wipe season. It might be very, very soon. So again, let's see how Illuminati can respond right there. Again, if you're Sprint right there, that's a great way to answer Travis Kelsey, who I don't need him, but you do. But again, let's see what happens. 2nd and 8 right here. Nothing doing on the short gain to Brees Hall right there. And you see him making these adjustments to this dollar. It's very important that you got to take your time and make these adjustments. Otherwise, you're going to get screamed at from this dollar blitz, especially the new wave of dollar defense that's coming out these days. And then it's going to be another sack for Zach Wilson. Chris Jones, Stone Cold Jones right there getting a sack. And that's going to be a 3rd and 12 right there. New York Jets running out of time on that offensive line, Philly.
Yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now, particularly because uh, Illuminati seems to be playing extremely conservative. Again, he had success running the ball out of that trips formation under center, But right now, he really seems committed to trying to have a big play to try to get back the lead in this game, and it's not working out.
Yeah, and again, let's see if he can switch it up a little bit. Again, has plenty of time in this game as the first quarter came to a close right there. Second quarter action is upon us here. Let's see what the play calls are as we see a little camera toggle right there. Hate when that happens. That's always the worst. But again, looks like he recovered very, very nicely here. Going empty right here. Brees Hall motioned to your left side of the screen right here. And that could have been disastrous right there. 4th and 12 right there. Could have been a pick six potential right there, Philly, if his guy actually put two hands on the ball instead of one.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, it was bad all the way around. He was lucky that he didn't throw the interception, but I'm telling you, Kansas City is one of, if not the hardest place to play in Madden 23, as we see that momentum meter starting to fill up. And I'm telling you, when you cannot make an audible and you cannot make a hot route, then you're going to have a very difficult time winning in the stadium. And Illuminati is almost there. He is almost there. So he has to be careful. Cannot let Sprint score on this drive.
Yeah, and again, we saw Sprint last time only needed one play, and this time let's see if he can do it again as Valdez Scantling gets himself a big play right there. Patrick Mahomes 2 for 2 right now, 122 and one touchdown right there, and just like that, like you mentioned right there, another big play to Valdez Scantling. Let me tell y'all about Sprint. Actually, now that I think about it right now, Sprint is first in the league in passing yards. So if you're doing the scouting report for your Kalum now, you automatically know that Sprint wants to pass the ball. He does not believe in the run game. And that time right there showed you exactly why he's number one as we get another completion right there to Gray. And now these momentum factors that you see on top of your screen, Philly, that you mentioned, this is where Kansas City becomes a difficult place to play right there, as we're going to see Illuminati call his second timeout right there. Now, the X factor is shook right there, Philly, but maybe Illuminati maybe a little shook himself calling that second timeout right there.
You know what? I don't know what he's thinking, but Sprint has been attacking that strong safety, and it's just not ideal in the pass coverage. You're putting too much pressure on the right side of the field, and he's going to need more plays like this, because if you're going to line up in 3-4, you better be sending that heat. You better be
Yeah.
sending that heat.
Definitely a name. That's Colvin right there with credited with the sack. Jay Savage, shout out to you saying, losing records game of the week. Hey, it is what it is. And, hopefully, again, you continue your steady play, man, so you get on this game of the week as we're going to see Sprint drop back right here with Mahomes. Nobody's open right there and tries to go for the sideline right there. Could have been a great play if he kept his feet in bounds, but that's going to be a 3rd and 19 right now. So a little bit of a setback right now for Sprint right there, Philly, but overall looking pretty prolific on offense so far.
Yeah, he had pretty much all day in the pocket. As we see him throw a dot up the middle and get down to the 2-yard line. That B guard syndrome is in full effect in this game. You got to wonder if he's not getting any royalties for what we're seeing on the field today.
Yeah, and again, Kalum not coming out as 3-4 odd, does not have Lurker on any of his linebackers like that. So you automatically know if you don't have Lurker, you're not doing something right. As we're going to 2nd and goal right here, Sprint coming out in this gun deuce close here, going up 7-3 right here, the 1-yard line. See if he can punch it in. It's Pacheco right there, and he's going to get smacked up right there, down to the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. Get loss of 2 right there, Philly. So interesting decision right here to see what this play call is going to be.
Yeah, I definitely would have supported him throwing a fullback on the field. Definitely could have ran some goal line. You're at the 1, but he doesn't need it. You see him with the quick strike, and that momentum meter is full, and he is up 14-3 if he makes this extra point, which he does, and it is not looking good for Illuminati.
Yeah, it might be a blowout, man, unfortunately. But again, still plenty of time left to go in this half, 250. And let's see if Kalunai can bounce back once again. Again, Sprint looking extremely good on offense. Again, I don't know about this quarter's defense that Kalunai's calling, especially out of 3-4 odd. Not enough speed to cover these Kansas City receivers. And that's what the Kansas City receivers are built off of, is some speed. So let's see if Kalunai can make some adjustments on defense. But in the meantime, let's see if he can do something on offenses. We got Shivers right here, going to take the ball all the way down to the 14-yard line. And again, this gun tight slots halfback week is good for the big plays, Philly. But seems like his offensive line is running out of time and time again. And Chris Jones and company seem to be getting in time and time again against Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and that's really surprising considering he's got abilities on his O line. Is you see him having difficulties, because of that momentum meter. But like you said, he just needs to score on this drive, take his time, and running the ball is not going to be a problem, but you're going to have to get some first downs, and so you're going to have to figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, try to go with that split wide receiver backfield. Maybe trying to take a cue out of B guards and assassins game. Nothing doing right there. Only gain of three. Going back to the empty bunch wide, we seen him have a little bit of trouble with this in terms of pass protection. Let's see if he can make something happen as Brees Hall is going to motion into the backfield to give Zach Wilson some help, but he goes out and he's going to throw the ball, and that's going to be Shivers right there. Big first down right there, out of bounds at the 50-yard line. The time does stop, so 2:11 actually still keeps going with the 2-minute warning right there. But big play, much needed first down right there for Illuminati right there, Philly.
Yeah, you'd like to see Sprint change his settings. I mean, you know all about ad catches. It was one-on-one, and Illuminati made a big play with his receiver. Let's see if he could advance the ball and put some points on the board before the half.
Yeah, you're gonna see, ooh, big hit right there from George Kalafdis, looks like. And that's gonna be a loss of two right there. 2nd and 12 right there. Great run defense. Once again, it's that dollar new defense that's been the wave so far, stopping the run right there. As we're gonna see some audibles coming out for Zach Wilson. 2nd and 12, 135 and counting left in this half of game of the week action. Once again, PS5 week 13 Madden Underground game of the week action right here. Myself, Philly Guy, and Brian James on the ones and twos right here. Zach Wilson's going to take a drop back right there, and that's going to be a wide open pass right there to Moore. Zach Wilson not having himself a bad day in terms of passing right there, Philly. 5 for 6, but definitely, like I said, got to have more plays like this, and obviously got to have a little bit more time in the pocket, just
Yeah,
like
he
that.
did a great job of making his reads, though. We saw him work from right to left, made the right throw, got the completion and out of bounds. And so he seems to be getting in a little bit of a rhythm. Let's see if he can punch it in and put some points on the board.
1st and 10 action right there. Blitz is coming in right there as he's going to deliver the ball to Brees Hall. Brees Hall is fighting for some yards right there. Gain of 7 right there as we got a 2nd and 3. Hurry up offense in effect right now as we're going to see some more audibles right here. It looks like he's going to go to a tight doubles look right there. Brees Hall once again in motion. Time is ticking. Again, Illuminati only has one time. I decided to burn the first two in that first quarter of the game. And that's a touchdown right there. And that's going to be Travis Kelce, the former Kansas City Chief, making a big play right there. And that's going to be a touchdown just like that. Illuminati back in business in this game, Philly.
Yeah, you're really surprised to see him operating out of an empty set, but he is doing it with precision and he was able to punch it in. And now he's given himself an opportunity to come back in this game. He's just going to have to tighten up on defense with 49 seconds left to go before the half.
Yeah, and then we see Clyde Edwards-Helaire almost getting busy right there. Could have been a potential touchdown right there, but good tackling right there on Philly or by the the New York Jets. On
They are
special
green and
teams right
white.
there.
They are green and white. It's all good.
It's all good. But anyway, Sprint coming out once again, bunch all set. Again, we've seen this time and time again. Again, Illuminati seemingly sticking with this 3-4 odd cover 4 quarters. Look right here as we're going to see Valdez Scanley into motion right there. Patrick Mahomes going to take a drop back right here, and he's going to buy some time, roll into his right, and he's going to get out of bounds right there. Nice gain of 5 right there. Didn't force it right there, Philly. Great decision using Patrick Mahomes' legs. You don't see that too often in Madden, but great use getting out of bounds too with a gain of 5.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Sprint is pretty much taking what Illuminati is giving him, and he hasn't made a mistake just yet. So Illuminati is going to have to start bringing that pressure and mixing up his coverages if he expects to make a stop here because he is not stopping Sprint from marching down the field.
Not at all. And we see Cole Harbin. We haven't talked about him too much in this game. Getting a great game right there for a first down as Patrick Mahomes is going to take another drop back right there. Has a wide open guy, and that is Wilson, Garrett Wilson, the former Jet right there. And he gets down to the 5-yard line. 22 seconds left in the half right now. Surprised that Sprint isn't deciding to take a timeout. He's going to let the clock run right here, Philly. Now he takes a timeout.
Yeah, well, he had to. And he was just kind of caught up with the emotion of it all. Obviously, he's at the 5. We expect for him to be passing from here on out, but he's in a great position. He's in a great position to score here. And, you got to hope that Illuminati is able to come up with a defense that can put a stop so he can go into the half only down four.
Yeah, let's see if Illuminati can hold the door right here again. Patrick Mahomes throws a high point pass right there. That's to Wilson right there. Third and goal right there. Dangerous living right there. And try to go for the high point right there. Nothing doing. Again, 7 seconds left. So quick pass. It's going to be interesting. Again, like usually in this situation for most Kansas City users, Travis Kelsey is their guy, Philly. Where are you going with the football if you're Sprint in this situation?
Well, I think what he's doing right now is, he's getting everybody as he has 1 second left to go. And
Ooh.
obviously, he's going to take that field goal. But I think one of the things that you have to do when you have a mobile quarterback is you have to get them involved in the offense. He's really doing himself a disservice by either not spreading him out or I don't know if he has QB rap in the playbook, but if he could get Patrick Mahomes more involved, then he'd have an opportunity to maybe get some of the windows that he was looking for. But he's got the lead, and right now, he's sitting pretty. So can't say too much about it.
Yeah, and again, first half action coming to a close. Second half just beginning right here. Again, Sprint with the Kansas City Chiefs 17. Illuminati with the Jets, not the Eagles, the Jets
Mm-hmm.
with 10 right here as we're going to start the second half of action. So again, like you kind of mentioned right here, I definitely would like to see Patrick Holmes get a little bit more involved, but I definitely understand the sentiment right there, trying to go with a little bit of a high point pass and ended up getting three. So you can't get mad about that one as we're going to see Mahomes take another drop back here, and that's going to be a completion of Gray right there. Bad user decision right there to go with the interception right there, and that's going to be a first down to the 47, just like that. And we've seen this again, Philly Sprint having no issues marching down the field.
Yeah, it's really difficult because if you've been able to pay attention, even though we see the incompletion there, if you've been paying attention, you're taking a look at that right side and you're seeing, is that linebacker looping? Is he coming? What kind of time do I have? How far back do I have to drop? And until we see Illuminati continuously bring pressure like that, Sprint will keep his eyes down the field and he's not worried about any pressure.
There you see Gray right there. If you guys see the stats right there, 5 for 120, and that's another component of this. Once you stop Gray, now you gotta stop Garrett Wilson here, as that's gonna be a 1st and 10. Kansas City Chiefs moving down the field, marching down the field, as we're gonna see Mahomes once again, the completion of Pacheco right there. Pacheco getting down to the 25-yard line right there, tackled by Quentin Williams, and again sprint in full out, well, sprint mode going 2nd and 3 right here, full hurry up offense right here, as we're going to see Mecole Hardman motion, and that's going to be another completion to Isaiah Pacheco right here. And Patrick Mahomes right now, 262, 2 touchdowns on the day, and again, not stopping. He says, if you're in this defense, I'm going to keep going right here. Thought he was going to throw the Mecole Hardman, decided not to. Patrick Mahomes going down to the 8-yard line, 2nd and 1, great 9-yard scramble, and once again, hurry up offense. Let's see what Patrick Mahomes decides to do. Goes with Pacheco, and that's gonna be a touchdown. Looking like Chip Kelly at Oregon right there, Philly. And just like that, man, but again, Sprint dominating, slicing, dicing, dotting. He's up 24-10, just like that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful drive. I mean, the implementation of the hurry up, his decision to scramble finally, and then, that last play right before he scored, he had the chance to take it. Nope, decided to dump it off to the running back, punched it in for the touchdown. Illuminati may want to try something else. He's given up 24 points already, and it doesn't seem like there's any signs of Sprint slowing down.
Yeah, definitely not. Again, sprinting full out sprint mode, no pun intended. And again, Illuminati needs this draw to stay alive here. Let's see if he can make it happen here. As we got the stadium factors becoming a big impact on this game. You see in the squiggly lines here. That's that shook coming into play. And again, also that second stadium factor with unstoppable. So again, let's see what happens here. Brees Hall is going to lose a couple of yards right there. 2nd and 12 right here, no huddle offense for Illuminati. And let's see if he can make something shake right here as he's looking, deciding what he wants to do here. Deciding to go empty bunch wide. Doesn't go again. That's another stadium end factor right there. So your audibles will sometimes fail if the momentum goes in Kansas City favor right here. And again, doesn't seem like he doesn't know what he wants to do right here. A little bit of confusion at the line right now as he's going to dump it off to Travis Kelsey. So 3rd and 7 right there. Losing a lot of time deciding what to do right there and end up only getting the short you gain out of all that.
Well, it's a really difficult as we see the sack there. It's a really, really difficult place to play. And I have played in Arrowhead, and that's why my biggest concern was his inability to, hot route or inability to make audibles because you got to run the play that you have and you better hope that it works. You really don't have a lot of options available to you. So big call here.
And that's going to be a swab right there. Turnover on downs right there. As Sprint playing excellent defense again, going for the swab right there. Now going for the pick right there. And once again, Sprint taking over at the 19-yard line. Patrick Mahomes is looking prolific, having himself a day on the air right there. As he's actually going to take a sack right there, and that's going to be Quentin Williams credited with the half sack right there. So overall, besides that sack, Philly, Patrick Mahomes having himself a good day, and the jerseys keep it clean right there.
Yeah, you know what? And I really don't mind that because I know he was looking for the big play touchdown. He could have dumped it off to the running back, decided not to do so. But right now he's eating. He's got everything available to him. And Illuminati doesn't have any answers for this gun bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely doesn't have any answers. Again, I know, and especially gun bunch is very hard to stop, especially against a player that's very prolific at the gun bunch. It's one of the more tougher offenses to stop in this game of Madden 23 that we're here. So again, shout out to Sprint for again making big plays, and just like that, that's another touchdown for the former Jet Garrett Wilson. And just like that, man, about to be up 31-10, pending this extra point. Kick is up and kick is down Main Street right there with 1 minute left in the third quarter, Philly. I mean, I don't know really too much that you can do if you're Illuminati. Again, the defenses that you've been calling have not been working. Your offense has been sputtering and hasn't been prolific. What are you doing at this point? Are you just trying anything that works, or are you still sticking with the tried and true at this point?
Well, I think he needs to stick with the tried and true. Unfortunately, he's gone away from that trips formation under center. I thought it was a really good way to start his drives off. He had success with it, and we haven't seen it since. And then as far as defensively goes, you talked about Sprint's greatest strength being his ability to pass, but he hasn't forced Sprint to run the ball outside of being in those short yardage situations with an opportunity to score. So you may want to try to switch up your formation and have him put the ball on the ground and show you that he can run the football. But it might be a little bit too much too late, but he's going to have to figure out how to score on this drive and maybe make some of those adjustments the next time on the field.
Yeah, and again, you hate to see it as we're seeing the audibles fail. You see that question mark appear over Zach Wilson's head. That means again the audible has failed. So whatever he is trying to do is not working. Again, that's that Kansas City stadium factor. That's that part of the field right there. Again, that's factors matter, abilities matter, factors matter. All that stuff comes into play, especially when it comes to CFM mode. You gotta pay attention to everything that happens on the field. And again, we've seen the difference right there. Sprint taking absolute advantage of what Kalunai has been doing with his gun bunch, gets 3-4 odd. And again, Kalunai has not been able to make any of this magic happen like we've seen in season one with this tight slots halfback week. And again, going back more empty, which was nice, but it's not getting the job done. So 3rd and 8, let's see what he could do. Again, needs to make something happen here, if anything. And it's going to give us to Travis Kelsey right here. Gain of 21 right there. And it's going to go no huddle right here. Has no other choice at this point, to be honest. So 1st and 10 right here. Travis Kelsey not having himself a bad day either. As we're going to see Zach Wilson making some hot route adjustments here. Going to snap the ball, take the drop back. And that's going to be Travis Kelsey once again making a big play down the field to the 30-yard line. And again, Philly, like you mentioned, you kind of wish he would have had this kind of start, this prolific kind of drive earlier in the game. But maybe you gotta build some momentum for next game, and see what you can come out with in the next week.
Yeah, it really seems like Sprint's just kind of, taking it easy, playing a little bit conservative. He's not really too concerned. He knows that he has a three-score lead right now. He knows he's going to be getting the ball back, and he's just kind of sitting back, just kind of relaxing, covering a couple people, and this is really something that Illuminati hasn't been able to take advantage of. And so it's only a matter of time before Sprint figures out where he's trying to go with the ball, and we might see an interception.
Yeah, we might see. Depending on how this goes. Again, that was close right there. Again, Sprint doing a great job of swatting the ball right there. Could have been a tip pick right there. As we're going to see Zach Wilson once again drop back to pass, going short right here. That's going to be a gain of 3 right there, 3rd and 7. That time, Corey Davis making the big or the short completes right there, 3 for 23. So nothing doing for him too much in this game. Anderson for Sprint, 4 tackles on the day. And again, Zach Wilson trying to make some high routes, trying to make something happen here as he's going to go back to Kelsey. And that's going to be dropped right there. 4th and 7 right here. Got to go for it. Just for the crowd, Philly, what formation and plays are you kind of coming out with in this 4th and 7 right here?
Well, I mean, at this point, he seems to have more success when he does what he's doing right here. Flex out Brees Hall, see if the middle of the field opens up, or maybe he can challenge Sprint's user. But he doesn't have a lot of options, and he's going to have to get rid of that ball quickly.
And that pressure is coming right in, and that's going to be a swab right there, almost picked off. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 once again. Sprint playing excellent defense right now against Illuminati. Again, time and time again, Sprint has been able to answer it, especially after the first drive from Illuminati. As we're going to see Sprint come out of this gun bunch offset. Thought he had Mecole Hardman on the step, decides to check it down to Pacheco, and that's going to be a gain of 11. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdowns here, pretty much having himself a fantastic game here against Illuminati's Jets here. And again, chat, again, we appreciate you guys coming out and supporting us no matter where you guys are at. You guys are on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and or Twitch. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Madden Underground. If you're looking at this game and saying, I can beat Sprint, I can beat any of these guys, sign up for it. Sign up for the leagues. MaddenUnderground.com. Make sure you sign up. This is PlayStation 5 side. If you're trying to challenge guys like Sprint. So make sure to go ahead and check us out, sign up on that wait list, and we get in contact with you. As we're going to see 3 minutes left to go here in this game here, as Sprint is going to take a shot down the field. That's Valdez-Scantling. Actually, it's going to be an interception right there by Robinson. And let's see if he can't make. Oh, he got down. And great tackle by Valdez-Scantling. I thought it was going to be a pick six by the looks of it, but Valdez-Scantling able to make a huge tackle on the play right there. So a little bit of positivity for Illuminati right there, Philly. Not much has gone his way, but small things like that definitely, put a little bit of positive spin on things.
It does, but unfortunately, it's too little, too late. It would be nice if he would have scored and gotten the turnover, but unfortunately, he's still got that question mark over Zach Wilson, so he's still struggling to move the ball down the field, and he hasn't done anything to show Sprint that he needs to change anything that he's doing defensively. So, it's something maybe that he can build on. I'm pretty sure that he's going to be recording this game. Obviously, he expects to see Sprint down the road, them both being in the AFC. But he's got a lot of things that he can work on.
Yeah, and definitely, like I mentioned it last season in the playoffs. Again on these game of the weeks, you got to do your film study. You got to do your homework. Again, the stats, even though you can look at stats and rankings and stuff like that, you got to know what your opponent is going to be doing before you step out on the field. Didn't seem like Illuminati really paid attention to the scouting report, unfortunately. But, it is what it is. And, we move on to the next week, and hopefully he does better. Again, 4th and 8 for Illuminati. Again, not much has gone right. Chris Jones lining up, got the glow right there as he had 3.5 sacks on the day. I believe that is momentum shift, if I'm not mistaken. So any progress for anybody that's an X factor is going to be completely wiped away with him being in the zone. So again, that's going to be Travis Kelce and Zach Wilson. That's going to be a timeout right there by Illuminati right there. So 4th and 8 with 2 timeouts left to go. And again, if you're anybody else in the league, again, Philly, if you're looking at it from a divisional rival standpoint, or if you're looking at it from a potential playoff standpoint, what's the main things that you could take away from Sprint's dominating performance so far in this game?
Well, the main thing is that he definitely needs to be playing at home. I don't think that momentum meter um, is going to have the same type of impact if he's not playing in Arrowhead. And that's not to say that he's winning because of it. It's just that's a tremendous disadvantage for the road team. And if he's able to hold on to that, then he may be able to have a deep playoff run.
Yeah. And again, if you're the Broncos, or maybe the Raiders, or maybe even the Chargers, again, we've seen the Assassin win on this side, on the PS5 side. Again, maybe take a look at Sprint, maybe come up with some bunch offset defense, as we see 2nd and 10 right there, Zach Wilson missing the throw. But again, maybe come out with some bunch defense, now that you got the film on tape, knowing what he wants to do. Again, the rankings don't lie. They show you exactly what people want to do in this league.
Yeah.
And definitely Sprint wants to keep passing the ball. There's no run game here. Like you said, Philly, only pass the ball in short, manageable situations. So again, yeah, you gotta kind of see what you can do down the road here. So if you have a wide open receiver, doesn't throw it, but throws the other wide open receiver right there, and that's gonna be a 1st and 10 right there for Elijah Moore right there. And again, if you're Illuminati, again, let's look at it from his side of the house. Again, if you're a divisional rival, you see this dollar defense that Sprint's putting out on tape, Philly dominating Illuminati. Doesn't seem like he has a lot of answers for it.
Yeah, and again, I really feel um, like he had something going with that trips formation under center. But there's no reason for Sprint to change anything that he's doing right now, because Illuminati hasn't really forced him to make an adjustment. So he's having fun with it. And when Illuminati looks at the tape, I think he's going to see some things that he could have exploited. But yeah, I mean that's the most important thing, right? Is you got to learn from your losses, and I think that that's something that he'll do.
Yeah, and he calls the timeout right there. Again, trying to salvage something out of this game. Unfortunately, like I said, not a lot of things went right, but trying to salvage something, try to end it on a positive note here. It's got 22 seconds left to go in this game of the week. Again, we appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us here on Madden Underground. And that's again, game of the week action, week 13, PS5. We had Sprint again dominating performance over Illuminati again, 31-10, pending any points that Illuminati puts up in these last few plays right here. Zach Wilson is going to throw the Kelsey, and that's going to be a 4th and 8 here. So again, pretty much one play left in this game, depending on if he gets the first down in the timeout here. But again, like you said, Philly, that's what we've noticed, as we're approaching playoff season here for season 2, the film study, the tape study is pretty much the biggest thing. We've seen, guys that we thought were going to dominate the playoffs absolutely not dominate, as that's going to be a turnover on downs right there. And again, we've seen crazy, fluky plays happen. Speaking of Illuminati, that unfortunate play with Christian McCaffrey in the playoffs. We've seen that happen to him. So, as we approach playoff season here, what are like who are the names that you're most looking forward to seeing in the playoff action for season 2? If we can talk about that for a little bit.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Jay Savvy because I agree that we need to see Jay Savvy and see what some of the other heavy hitters that we didn't get a chance to watch last year are bringing to the table. But I'm still going to say it's the usual suspects. It's going to be Assassin. It's going to be Dimes. It's going to be Savvy, and it's going to be everybody that we saw. Big Show can put him out there, but everybody that we've seen have success in the league last year, there really seems to be building on that. And so
Hmm.
that's one of the things that I think we were expecting to see from Illuminati was you had success last year. Let's see how you build on that. Let's see how you build your team and then let's see how your play calling is reflective of the improvements that you've made. And we just didn't see that from him today. So
Mm.
um, I would definitely enjoy seeing other people that have had success and see how they've navigated improving their team, their play calling, and positioning themselves for making a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before earlier, shout out to Jay Savvy once again in the chat. We definitely hope to get you on the game of the weeks again, showcase your skills, showcase your talent out there. So your feedback has been heard, and we'll leave it up to the commission on the ones and twos. Brian James, I don't know if he wants to come on the mic and say anything in regards to that, but again, we definitely want to showcase the heavy hitters that are doing well on the game of the weeks, and we definitely look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yeah,
But
and I'm just mesmerized by this beautiful scoreboard that I'm looking here. I mean, it just makes me wonder: are we underpaid, Phoenix? Because when I see the type of production, when I see the type of detail, special effects that's going into this scoreboard, it just makes me wonder where the MU money is going. I know that the pot is all going
mhm.
to the Super Bowl winners and losers, but I mean, clearly there's got to be something in the budget left over for us. If
Hopefully.
we're looking at this type of
Well,
production on the
I tend to
on the
send
scoreboard.
women. I tend to send women to you guys' cars while you're in drive-throughs at Chick-fil-A to tell you that your car
Yes,
smells good.
that is true. That is very
That's my
true.
way of sending my love and token of appreciation to you guys. What you guys do with that, it's whatever you do with that. But I'm just the
Right.
guy that throws
Trying
them
to
out.
get us fired on our
Yeah.
day off. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you can save money in the long run. Right. No, we
Man.
know all about it. We know all about it.
No,
Hey,
but
see.
in regards to Jay Savvy, definitely Sprint's actually 7-5 right now. Illuminati is 8-4. It was a good game. It was two fierce competitors, two guys that are in the playoff hunt. It wasn't like we threw two guys up there that were 3-6 or 3-10 or something like that. No, we had these two dudes are competitive players. They both elite and they'll both probably be in the playoffs when all the smoke clears. But Sprint's definitely put himself in position to make a run. He's won 3 of the last 4, and he's looking pretty good right now. So with that being said, shout out to Sprint doing a good job. Shout out to Illuminati for fighting. He's probably gonna be there at the end of the day too. He's 8-4 right now, so we'll see how it all pans out. But we got a lot of good.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but do we have Jay Savvy and Cal Bear playing this season? Is it possible
They
that we'll
played.
be able to watch them
They
play?
played last week.
Oh,
Ah, man.
They played last week, so they actually played at the last events. So they didn't fall on the game of the week day, so we didn't get them to play. But unfortunately, that would have been
Christmas came early.
that would have been a good game for you guys to check out as well. But be sure to check out the Madden Underground podcast this Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you don't want to miss out, man. We got a lot of good things coming for you guys. We're bringing back the fast money tournaments. And we got a lot of announcements to announce on the podcast, so make sure you guys don't miss it. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. That is every Wednesday. So we'll see you guys then. And thank you for tuning in. Hit that like, follow button wherever you may be tuning in from, and we greatly appreciate it. Anything you guys want to say in closing?
Yeah. How soon before we get our Christmas presents, and are we getting them on the air?
I'm Jehovah's Witness. I don't believe in Christmas. I'm just.
So I'm guessing that's a no. Dang. Well,
That's what it sounds like.
Unfortunately,
He said that
due to the fact that I don't celebrate the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will do is I'll send you guys something, a token of my appreciation, in the manner of a woman complimenting you on the smell of your car in the drive-through at a
But
Chick-fil-A.
you've already done that. You don't want to re.
No, you haven't got yours yet, Philly. That was the Christmas gift. That was the Utah Carolyn. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay, all right. I guess. I mean, it's the thought that counts. Yeah.
What you do or don't do with that gift.
That makes sense. Phoenix.
listen, I've already received the gift. I've already received this gift, and I've received feedback that it wasn't appreciated. So I'm gonna have to just, say thanks, but no thanks. But I will appreciate the fact that you sent the gift. Thank you.
And this
Thank you
woman,
so much.
I didn't say the woman would be attractive at all. I just said it would be a woman complimenting you on the smell of your car. But with that being said, we'll see you guys Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Goes wrong.
Oh, man.